Let's go to the U.S., where President Donald Trump has just held a press briefing on the COVID-19 situation there. We're joined by Jagruti Davi from Washington. Jagruti, the social distancing guidelines in the U.S., they were due to expire on Tuesday, but now Trump has decided to move forward and extend this till the end of April.
Yes, indeed. He announced today in the Rose Garden of the White House that social distancing guidelines would be extended to the end of April, April the 30th. He had said previously that he had suggested previously that the economy could reopen by Easter. But clearly a lot has changed since then. One of those clearly has been the numbers. He has been presented with modelling which suggests various projections. One by Dr. Fauci, he suggested that between 100,000 and 200,000 Americans could die as a result of the pandemic in the United States. And he accepted this in the briefing today. But he also argued that other academics, other studies suggest even more. An Imperial College study suggests 2.2 million Americans could die if the government does nothing. And this is something that he said it again and again and again, that if the government does nothing, if we ride it out, as he put it, what would happen? And he has presented the extension of social distancing to April the 30th as the right thing to do to mitigate the number of deaths that could happen. So that is clearly one of the things that has prompted this extension.
And Jagruti, just go into the details for us a bit more about the trajectory in the US. When's the death toll expected to peak?
Well, the president said that in the next 2 weeks we could see the peak of the death rate, and the president insisted that it is important to abide by the social distancing guidelines at this time. As a result of that, so far as of Sunday evening, there are over 140,000 confirmed cases of coronavirus. That's according to the John Hopkins University count of this, and there's over 2,400 deaths in the United States, and projections suggest an exponential increase in cases over the next few weeks. So that is something that we could very likely see in the United States. New York remains the epicenter, and the surge in cases there has resulted in a shortage of supplies that the state governor and medical practitioners across the country, in fact, have been talking about, have been concerned about, that they could see a shortage of supplies that are in states like New York happen in other states across the country. So real time of concern, number of cases likely to increase over the next few weeks, peaking over the next 2 weeks.